This is the evolution of the haunting event in Call of Duty from 2020 to 2024. Let me know down below what has been your favorite haunting event thus far in terms of Warzone content, in terms of the operator bundles, the events, the rewards you've gotten over the years. Let me know down below with all of that into consideration what has been your favorite and also least favorite haunting event as well. But starting off here with 2020, of course, the first iteration of the haunting event, the Haunting of Verdansk for MW19 and Warzone, October 20th, 2020. This was such an iconic update. You had the Haunted Verdansk map, different trick-or-treat rewards, Zombie Royale, Juggernaut Royale, or Juggernaut Royale, whatever it's called there. Onslaughter, Gunfight, Nighttime Plunder, Nighttime BR, just so many cool modes. Of course, the bundles were iconic as well. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Operator Bundle. We have the Saw Bundle as well. Not the biggest update in later years. As you guys remember, we got more content, honestly, in Haunting updates, but this one probably for most people is at least the most iconic, the most memorable Haunting update. Here's just the trailer first off the Haunting of Verdansk. I mean, such a sick trailer when this first came out in October 2020. So hyped to see. It was the first time we ever saw this type of thing in Call of Duty. We've had Halloween-themed events, like very minor stuff, but nothing to this magnitude here. So as much as MW19 wasn't my favorite game, that first year of Warzone 1 was a ton of fun. You have Saw there, of course, we'll go through. I mean, so here's some actual gameplay of the Haunting of Verdansk back in 2020. The Zombie Royale mode, to be specific. So cool. So obviously this is pretty standard for now for most of the recent events, but this is the first time we ever got this year. So obviously it just hit different that first time, right? But overall, like the actual map itself, Verdansk looked really eerie. The colors, the atmosphere, the jump scares, like everything just worked back then. I don't know what it was. Again, it could just be it was Warzone 1, the first year it came out, still in that, you know, honeymoon phase, right, of Verdansk, I guess. Now Verdansk is returning, so I would say next year, probably for Black Ops 6, we will have another Haunting of Verdansk event, but is it going to hit the same as it did back in 2020? Probably not, but we'll see. There might be more features, more content, but for what we had back then, not the craziest update, but it was still really cool. It was still really cool. So I want to get some more shots here of him actually killing the zombies. I don't know if this is a winning gameplay here. Yeah, so you turn into a zombie. Warzone victory. You can win as the zombie, of course. But yeah, super iconic mode there. Let me know down below. Where does this rank? I feel like it ranks fairly high with most people, but let me know down below. But before we break down the next haunting event for Black Ops Cold War, quick shout out to the sponsor, Snakesy, where you could earn while you play your favorite mobile games. You earn big by playing these games here, curated to your liking. So many games available, and there's tons of rewards as well. You level up, play through the games, you can unlock real-life money rewards, 100,000 plus reward items, PayPal, Amazon cards, like actual money, which is super, super sick. Again, tailored just for you. Hit milestones, celebrate, a lot of stuff to grind through there, and you can get, you know, real-life rewards by just playing your favorite mobile game. So a lot of content there to check out. Be sure to use the link down below to check out Snakesy for free. But next year, of course, we have the Haunting event in Black Ops Cold War in late 2021. We had the Ghosts of Verdansk mode, not Zombie Royale, but a similar mode, just with Ghosts now. For MP, you had that Nuketown Halloween map, different Halloween-themed modes like, you know, Infected, Scream Deathmatch, the Nuketown Halloween Prop Hunt mode, which, by the way, Prop Hunt should 100% return in Black Ops 6. No confirmation on that, but Prop Hunt was a W mode, and having holiday-themed Prop Hunt modes as well, fire stuff. Scare packages, of course. The bundles, the Scream bundle was huge, right? Donnie Darko was cool. The Ghost of War Operator, which actually was I'm pretty sure, Vanguard pre-order bonus, which is really cool. Necro Queen, Disciple of Mayhem, the Disciple from Cold War, right? Obviously weapons, not really Halloween themed, but different Halloween themed weapon blueprints and cosmetics like they always do every year. Zombies had some updates as well, right? Hallows Eve Outbreak, Halloween updates. Nothing too crazy for zombies. I wish they did a bit more for Cold War zombies for Halloween, but it was still respectable for sure. Of course, though, the major part of that update was, again, the Warzone part of things. We were still on Verdansk at that point in time. It was Ghosts of Verdansk. It worked very similarly. There were some slightly different changes there, but pretty much you died. You became a ghost. As the ghost, you would go attack players. You had kind of similar boost abilities for the most part. The ghost moved faster. You could, you know, kind of jump higher as well. The atmosphere was a bit I don't know. I don't know if I like this better than the OG Haunting of Verdansk in 2020. It was definitely a different vibe, a little more fog, it seems like. You know, we had the jump scares back then as well. Similar sounds, similar atmospheric changes here, but just a kind of a different color scheme. It was cool, though. Just want to scroll through more of this here. Of course, throughout these modes, you could get different free rewards by completing pretty easy challenges, right? So it's pretty standard there. Kill humans again, yeah, very similar. Charge, jump, teleport, spectral blast. Obviously, it wasn't exactly like that for the Zombie Royale mode, but very similar concept here. But W mode for sure, man. This definitely, I'm just going to assume it ranks highly among people who played these past haunting events, but let me know down below if I'm incorrect in that assumption. But this was definitely a really fun mode overall. Next one here, we didn't get one for Vanguard, which I guess we didn't really need one for Vanguard. MW2 came out late October before Halloween, so I guess there wasn't really time for one for Vanguard, but now for MW3, we are getting a haunting event, and Black Ops 6 is still releasing late October before Halloween, so I guess it didn't really matter. I think Vanguard, they were just done developing that game, right? So it is what it is there, but MW2's haunting event was the next event. We saw a lot of updates, honestly. Probably the most jam-packed haunting event we've seen thus far. We have a couple of new POIs on Al Mazrah, a ton of different, like, boss zombies and creatures to fight on this Halloween Al Mazrah-themed map. Swamp Creature, the Pharaoh, UFO, Ghost Train, Evil Spirits, the Butcher. So many different things. You have Von Dead as well, Zombie Quarantine, multiple different modes, Operation Nightmare, Zombie Royale, the Haunted Box, Bloodseeker Grenade. You had some Haunted-themed MP maps, which are just okay, honestly, not my favorite. The bundles were pretty sick. The Helsing bundle, Skeletor, Doom, Ash Operator bundle, Lilith and Anarius Operator bundles. I mean, at this point, the content, honestly, looking back, was really good. Now, was MW2 my favorite game? Not really. It was okay, honestly. And Al Mazrah, not really people's favorite Warzone maps. I mean, DMZ was a very fun mode for a lot of people. I definitely enjoyed DMZ. What we're seeing here, actually, is Haunting of Al Mazrah gameplay. I think this is on... No, this is Warzone. But I have some DMZ gameplay up here as well somewhere. Regardless, I mean, you had the Haunting update on DMZ as well. You had all this content. It was probably one of the better and maybe the most underrated Haunting updates we've seen thus far. Again, I don't know who's watching this here. If you look back at Verdansk, that was more of the iconic updates that we've seen for Haunting events, right? But in terms of just sheer content, sheer things to unlock, sheer things to do, the Al Mazrah update takes the cake, which is just crazy to say. Obviously playable in DMZ and normal BR. You had the Soul Capture event in the background as well. So many different blueprints and camos to unlock. So many different things to do. Tasks all around the map. I could go on and on. So was MP a big part of it? Not really. But, you know, in terms of Warzone content, this is definitely one of the better, more jam-packed updates we've seen for a haunting event in Call of Duty history. So let me know down below your opinions on that. Now, of course, this year we have the MW3 Haunting event. Now, in terms of Warzone content, we're just getting the Rebirth Hellspawn variant with Purgatory and Zombie Royale modes returning. So two pretty cool modes, Vondel Night as well. We have the drive-through, kind of, you know, scary horror-themed MP map, which is uniquely made, which is a W. Mad Cow, a variant of, what was it called? Meat, right? From a normal MP map in MW3. But other than that, nothing too crazy. The operators are cool. Michael Myers in the Battle Pass is a big W, so I'll take that. Black Cell is pretty cool. For the other operator bundles, Terrifier, Smile 2, Trick or Treat, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, those are okay. Not the best in terms of past Halloween operator bundles, but still respectable. Michael Myers is the best operator, I would say, thus far, a part of this event here. Now, I do want to say, in terms of the actual event here, this is interesting because most people are in agreement that it's an okay event, but it seems to be very bare bones and, you know, especially compared to what we saw last year with MW2, a lot less content, a lot less things to do. So the Rebirth event is solid, a very, you know, standard Halloween event. It's cool. But what a lot of people are saying, which may not matter to you, is that there lacks that atmosphere, that scary vibe, just the vibes we saw back from the Haunting of Verdansk events and even last year's Al-Mazrah event, which it could just be nostalgia. It could just be we always like the previous thing, because sometimes in Call of Duty, when we're playing the new update, we say, oh, last year's update was much better. But then when we look back, we're like, oh, wait a second, last year's update was actually not that bad, and why did we hate on it so much? I mean, that's happened a lot in the past. So it could be a situation here where people look back on this year's Haunting update and they're like, wait a second, it was actually pretty cool. The maps we saw here, the modes, okay content. I mean, the camos, the universal camos you could get from this Haunting event this year are actually really, really sick. So the cloud watching one, of course, I mean, that is a W, right? And the MP map, I got to give Sledgehammer props again, man. This is such a cool, uniquely made MP map for this Haunting update. I mean, the vibes, this could easily be like a zombies map. Imagine if they had some type of, what was it called? Onslaught type of mode, like we saw in Cold War, where you could play zombies on MP maps. Imagine if we had that in MW3. Zombies on this map would be insane. I mean, the vibes are so, I mean, this looks better than Liberty Falls. Honestly, if this was the atmosphere, the look of Liberty Falls in Black Ops 6, I would actually rather take it. Because this actually feels like a scary, horror-filled map. So for this to be an MP map, big W. But Warzone, I can see where people are a bit annoyed because the vibes just aren't there. I don't know. So that's it for the evolution of the Haunting updates in Call of Duty. I think for me, last year's was underrated, but probably one of the better ones. Definitely between the first two for Cold War and MW19. That's probably just mostly nostalgia, but those were just the most iconic, so that's why I prefer the most. But let me know down below your favorite Haunting event and your least favorite Haunting event thus far in Call of Duty. Subscribe for more COD videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.